Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we currently have a bit of a rebellion ongoing, which is not particularly surprising given our situation. We do need a new marshal, and that's going to be this fine gentleman, and we need a new steward as well, which is going to end up being this guy. Okay, so that seems fine for now. We're going to make our way on down over this direction, because we gotta get down here and get fighting. So that will be absolutely fine. We do have 1,600 gold at this moment, and we may want to consider getting some upgrades going like that one. Okay, so that'll be fine. They're sieging here, and we just need to get into position down this way. We've got a long ways to walk, and there's another faction behind this. 34 months is a while, and there are, in fact, 2 additional factions behind this. So we need to get all of this internal strife taken care of. So there's these guys out over here. I don't really want to do anything about that right now. I want to come down here and siege our way this way. We should be able to get all 4 of these sieges done very quickly, and then make our way down here. This is the location that we need to control for the war score. For the ticking war score. So that is what we really want to get on our under our control right now. So they finish up this siege. That is 21%. That's insane. Okay, so we're going to walk down over this direction. We got to start getting this under control. Again, we are going to be very, very rapid at being able to get this done. Now, one thing we can do as well is we can work on bringing up these, and that's what I'm going to put the rest of our money into. Okay, so we're almost done with bringing up our men-at-arms count, and this siege is now beginning. Okay, so we're going to grab these and just make our way right on through this. So as we can see, they're finishing sieges down over here. They're at 31 war score right now. But we're here, we're starting to make some progress, and that will be beneficial. So that brings it back to 18 war score. That's very solid. And as I said, we're sieging these very quickly. We're down to 15 war score now. Okay, that's 11 war score. We're gonna hop here, siege here, and then head down this direction towards his capital. That's the idea here. Our war was just invalidated. It's no longer valid to continue because the war leader flagellated herself to death, I guess? Huh. Well, that's one way to do things, I guess. Not a great way to do things, but it is a way. So that's not going to solve the problem long term. That just delays it. So we're going to have these guys in 12 months, these in 17, and then these in 23. So for right now, I think what we need to do is we need to get this bulked up and just get ourselves recovered at this moment. We'll throw this guy in jail. Okay, so this is elephants here. That's absolutely fine. We can work on just upgrading this trade port. That'll be okay. And yes, this is acceptable. I'm not going to join this grand wedding for now. Yes, show this person in. Okay, so we're working our prestige up at this moment, and we would definitely like to get back to expansion, but I think we just really, really, really should chill. Get these taken care of, and then we can go back to expansion at that point. That's the idea at this juncture. So this ransom is acceptable. We'll take 500 gold. This ransom is acceptable. We'll take 10 gold. And I'd like to get an upgrade going in Korkai as soon as we can. This ransom is also acceptable, as is this one. And they're going to continue trying to ransom things, and we're just going to let them. Even if they're ransoming vassals and these people join the factions, I'm okay with that. As of right now, a cycle where we have rebellion, crush the rebellion, upgrade our buildings, ransom everybody, and use that money to upgrade the buildings even further, that cycle is acceptable. So for right now, we're going to just work on upgrading our manor houses here. We're going to be getting pretty close to having our buildings maxed out here. Burnished Lemular armor. Do we have that equipped? We do. Okay. So, I mean, that's a lot of gold reduction, but that's understood. And that is... There's this flexible scale armor, prestige plus 0.01 per month, prowess and retreat losses. We'll take that. Okay, so that seems fine. We can put in a propaganda chronicle and a modest gemstone here, but otherwise that seems absolutely okay. So this ransom, again, this guy is somebody who may well rebel against us. That's okay. We're going to take his money, and we'll do it again if he rebels. So that seems okay, and yep, we'll take all of that money. That'll get us closer to being out of debt, but we're not quite there yet. We're just taking all of the money right now, and this is likely to create a factionalism problem. But note how we don't have a brewing faction notification here. What's going on with that? They're all too weak, other than the peasant rabble. Okay. Well, we have dramatically boosted our power level. No doubt about that. Like, if we look here, we can see 47, 158. We're still working our way up on replenishing our levies. There is a faction here, Liberty faction. As expected, some of the people that we're freeing are going into this, and that's not surprising in the slightest. It's completely and totally okay. We will take all of this money, and it seems fine for right now. So I do want to get more upgrades going for some of these buildings. We just completed a trade port building here. Let's go ahead and build an elephantry. That'll be perfect. There's so many ransoms here. Okay. We have so many prisoners right now. And ultimately, that's good. That's money that we will put into our structures. So we can ransom more of these prisoners, which we are going to do. I'm just going to go through this list, and I'm going to ransom everyone that we are eligible to ransom right now, including vassals. They will likely rebel. Oh, we have too many duchies. Okay, we'll handle that in a moment. Some of these we're not getting the full amount for, so we'll hold off on that. Okay, duchies. We have too many duchies, and we need to do something about that. Yeah, this is fine. We have a lot of duchies. Wow. Okay, how did we get 6 duchies? We don't want to hold most of these. Okay, so what is this duchy? This duchy is up over here. Oh, right. It's the ones that we claimed up over this direction. Okay. Well, that goes to this gentleman, and that will be absolutely fine. Show only recently acquired? No. That's this one. Okay. Looks good. We don't have an available perk as well. We'll go ahead and take cutting cornerstones. Excellent. This ransom is acceptable, and this ransom also acceptable. So that seems fine. Now we've got the Raj of Monul. And that goes to this person. There we go. This will make our vassals a lot happier when we don't have way too many duchies. I did not even realize that we had these. So this duchy, the de jure capital is down here. Okay. There we go. So this is underneath this kingdom tier title here. That's understood. So next up, we've got this over here. This just goes directly to this king. There we go. And that should do the trick. Yes, we now have the correct number of duchies. We can also grant some vassals to their rightful liege, potentially. I'm not sure. Actually, there aren't any there. Interesting. Okay, well, that's fine. Looking through this is fine. And what else do we have here? Yes, we'll do that. Sounds good. So we've got 1,600 gold, and our court grandeur has increased. I want to head in down over here because we've got more upgrades to be done. We'll get that going. Okay, so we're going to continue to ransom over this direction. This guy's got 22 gold right now, so we're just going to ransom for 20. Which he will accept. Okay, we'll ransom here as well, and we'll ransom here after, I guess. Cool. Okay, so we can demand some payments, and we're going to do all of that as well. Well, maybe not this one, but we'll do the rest of these for sure. Okay, So that's a decent amount of gold coming in. Excellent. And we'll get going down in Korkai here, building these manor houses for the moment. So that looks okay. We do need a new tax collector, and that will end up being this guy. Perfect. Okay, so when are these going to fire? Currently 2 weeks to send an ultimatum for the Maturidi populists and for the Liberty faction. Okay, the peasant rabble will be in 11 months. We're not terribly concerned about the peasant rabble, of course. Up in Calicut, this is crossbows, and we can definitely upgrade these militia camps to give ourselves a solid boost there. So that'll be fine. We are now infirm. Okay. So that means it's not going to be long before this guy dies. Do we have anything that we absolutely want to press before he dies? I don't think so. Nothing major here. There's a little bit of de jure here that's kind of irrelevant. Yeah, nothing too major up over this way. This over here, we're going to need to claim or subjugate. We'll probably end up claiming this, is my guess, but that'll be a next life thing. And then this up over here, what do we got here? There's some de jure lands here that'll still be there next life. This is pretty decent. We'll need prestige for that, which we're probably not going to get this life. There's some de jure lands here. Again, we'll have those next life. I'm not too concerned about that. And then we can always go after these guys out over here. It's a ways away, but we do have a little territory out over this direction that we got from attacking these guys out over here. And that's fine, but there's not really too much that we want to do over here, to be honest. I think we just continue to chill for the rest of this life. I don't want to get into any aggressive wars right now. I think we just put what money we can into upgrading our castles and call it a day. Like, this guy's gotten a lot done this life. I think it's probably enough. He can take a bit of a break. So that's fine. He'll not last forever, and his heir is how old? 42. So his heir is already pretty up there in age. Noted. He's not very up there in level of fame. Okay. This, by the way, is a good argument for going to ultimogeniture as opposed to primogeniture. Is that even a thing in CK3? Hang on. I'm not sure if ultimogeniture is even... Oh, it is a thing. We could definitely do this. This is an argument to be made, for sure. It results in having longer lifespans for your rulers because it goes to your youngest child. So it also ends up having more likely to have a regency at the beginning. So that's kind of the downside. Not to mention, this guy, he's very angry. He's very angry. Okay, that's the guy that rebelled previously. It's fine. It's fine. So this Liberty faction might end up happening eventually. We have died. That's not a surprise. It's a little surprising it happened that early, I suppose, but it's ultimately not a surprise. So in the stewardship lifestyle tree, we're actually all the way through administrator. We're 8 of 11. That's interesting. So we definitely can retract the title from our mother here if we can. Yes, we can. And actually, I don't think she's even our mother, so this is fine. Our mother-in-law? I don't know. It's a little awkward with the situation we've got going on there. So we got this back, and that means that we want to have our bombards be stationed here. There we go. Okay, our crossbowmen are not stationed anywhere, and we're going to need to station them somewhere. So up here would be an okay place for that. The question is, if we were to retract this title, would this guy accept? An 11% chance. You know what? I'm just going to do it. He's probably not going to accept that, so that's understood. And that might cause his faction to fire. If that's the case, that's honestly probably a good thing. Okay, so we'll just do something kind of like that, and then let's drop a rally point here. I'm just assuming he's not going to let us do this. So we're going to raise up our forces here. And we're going to go in immediately. Okay, war was declared, and that is not surprising. Okay. So this is fine for the moment. The question is, how big is this war? Okay. Looks good. So we're going to finish gathering our troops here. It's going to take about 10 days. That's absolutely fine. We're net negative financially right now, and we definitely need to do something about that. So we're going to be on wealth focus here, and we're going to start going down the avaricious tree as soon as we can. We do need a new steward. That'll be this guy. Are we endorsed by our realm priest? We are not. So that is definitely something that we want to do. Okay, we're going to grab this location. And the question is this the war leader? I don't know. What are we working on here? We're trying to murder this person? I don't care. We'll get rid of that. So in Calicut, we definitely want to get going on wind furnaces. Let's get that underway. Okay. And that was 48% war score. Noted. We can come down over this direction. We'll be here in 3 months, and this is absolutely an easy victory for us over here. Even if they bring in a bunch of additional forces, I'm deeply unconcerned about this. Yeah, I'm very unconcerned about this. They have similar numbers, but considerably worse quality. So that seems fine. They did finish up a siege, so that's noted. Way up there? Okay. Yeah, we're not too concerned about that right now. They're sailing off over this way, which is not surprising. Ticking war score is under our control at this moment. And we're just going to wander up over this way and get some of this sieging done. We should be able to wrap up the situation there. Now, at the royal court here, sure, gain 10 court grandeur or 150 prestige. I'll actually take that prestige. Thank you very much. Trampled underfoot here. Whatever. Okay, so court artifacts. Apparently we don't have anything being displayed over here, so we should definitely get these displayed. We can put up a book over this way for now, and that'll do. For a court grandeur, we're just going to work our way up there. That seems fine. Our legitimacy is below the expected, but that's okay. We have our war horse, of course. Okay, we named him after Alexander the Great's war horse. Kind of an odd choice considering where we are, but okay. So we're going to hop up over this direction, get this siege done. There is another faction behind this. Someone else wants to install this guy on the Bengali throne. So we need to get this war wrapped up, and we need to do it quickly. So we're going to hop up this direction. We're at 68% war score right now. Freeholds have been constructed in Madurai. And we're going to walk over this direction. We're at 81% war score now. Peasants under control. Okay, so this is not peasants under control at all. This is a peasant uprising. That's understood. So the peasants are going to be down over here. This is not a big threat. This may end this war, which would be fantastic for us if it does. 95%? Okay, so close. Well, let's hop up here, get this done. That should end it. 99? Oof. Okay. One more siege. And they finished a siege as well. And this guy's popping. Okay. Noted. Well, that timing on the death was not ideal, but we'll get this taken care of. So this war is over. We're going to enforce those demands. Next up, we need to take a look at our current situation on this war. This doesn't look too bad. Okay, so we need a leader here. That's going to be this guy, and we're going to wander down this direction. As far as these guys go, I'm not concerned about taking care of this right now. We've got 3 years before they even finish that siege, so that seems okay for now. So there's one of those rebellions dealt with, and we've got more to do, of course. Now we can call in our dynasty member on the peasant uprising, and he could actually just go take care of that. I'm not going to do it, though. We don't actually need that. So I'm going to siege this, no problem. And they're up over here. I'd like to go take care of that, but we're going to grab this on the way. This will take like 3 days to get that done. So this siege is still progressing over here. Max of 3 years on that still. Sounds good. And let's go eliminate this army up over here. Now they're running away. No shockers there, but we're going to catch at least some of them here. We caught all of them. Perfect. Okay, so that battle's done. Now we're going to come down over here. We're at 50% war score. We're going to catch this unit next. And that's going to stack wipe. That puts us at 71% war score. Then we can come down here and catch this unit. And this is a Maturidi uprising. So, yeah, all we should need to do here is wipe that, come up this way, get this capped, and then maybe we would need to cap up here. We'll see what that ends up looking like. Okay. Windmills are constructed. That's fine. Checking in on the progress of that siege. It's not very significant yet. Okay, so we're at 93% at this point. We went up a stress level because I didn't want to do a house rivalry. We've got some other problems right now. So that is absolutely fine. Oh, he raised up forces right there. Well, that's convenient. So we'll get that stack wiped. We're 82% war score on this war right now. Okay, now we're at 100. This war is over. Perfect. So now we just need to wander down over this way before these guys end up sending their ultimatum, ideally. We'll see if that happens. Even if it doesn't, we're making good time on getting these dealt with. So I'm not that concerned about it at this moment. They haven't sent their demand yet. They could at any time. So it's just a matter of time at this moment. But I'd really like to get our troops put down and re-raise them for that next war. So let's get this dealt with as soon as we can. We do have additional structures that we want to build. We have a new stewardship perk available, and we're absolutely, we already have admin, right? Yeah, we're absolutely going to take golden obligations. Cool. Okay, we're almost in position to get these guys gone. There we go. Perfect. So we're going to technically be at peace here. We'll disband our troops, and that alone is a huge deal that we managed to do that. So we still have this faction brewing here, and they can send their ultimatum at any time. The question is, when are they going to? I'm surprised they haven't already, to be honest. I would like to get this castle upgraded at a certain point. I think upgrading the rope walks, though, is the way to go right now. Okay, so here's the claimant demand. I will not be threatened. So this is not going to be a particularly big deal. We just need to raise this up. And the fact that we managed to put our troops down before they popped is a huge deal, because that means we can now raise up here with completely fresh troops with full supplies. So that is a very, very big deal for us. We're going to raise right here, and we're going to go in and start sieging over this direction. This will be a very, very simple war for us now. It would have been a lot more awkward if they had done this while we were still at war with the peasant faction. But they didn't, so here we are. We're going to go right on in here and promote legend. Actually, I'll take the gold. So what do we have behind this? A Liberty faction? Okay, that's fine. Wait, why are we not sieging this? Okay, that's a little awkward. I guess this didn't rebel, but is within the war goal. Wait, what? Attacker controls war target. I'm so confused right now. We're definitely at war with this guy's realm. Oh, this is a city holding. I am dumb is the answer. Okay, perfect. So we're going to hop up over here and get this siege done. This makes a lot more sense now. Okay, so that finished. I kind of want to wander up over here and take out his army, because we can totally do that. We'll be the defender here in these hills. This is going to be ridiculous. So we're going to stack wipe probably half of his army here. He's going to come in with the other half. It's too late. He can't do this. This is really, really, really bad for him. I don't think we stack wiped the other half of the army, but we did stack wipe about half of it. So that's perfect. We're going to get a siege done over here. And then we're going to head down this direction. Indeed, the world shall remember him as my father. So that'll be fine. Get out of the corner. So we're going to head down over this way, get this siege done. We're at 65% war score here. Now, we're above our domain limit, and we do absolutely need to handle that. I don't actually know. That guy was our player heir. We might want to get a new player heir. We probably need a new secondary spouse for that. Okay. Sounds good. Okay, so we're going to get this siege finished up here and then come down and siege this way. Fantastic. This war is very close to over, and we're back to 9 of 11. Okay, perfect. So we'll assign this. There we go. They're heading back up over this way. That's very silly of them. They should not be doing this. We're at 99% war score at this moment, and ticking is, I believe, on no one's side right now, but fighting this battle here would solve the problem. Okay, the game was frozen for a moment there. We do need a new set of tax collectors. It'll be this guy, it'll be this guy, and it'll be this guy. Okay, so let's get this siege done. That will, of course, wrap up this war. And we successfully held together our empire, which is not particularly surprising, but is, of course, nice. So next up is going to be a Liberty faction, and they can send their ultimatum at any time, but we were able to put that down, so that looks good. I do want to revoke this guy's title, which we can do because he rebelled. There we go. And that puts us at 10 of 11 domain. We don't really need to be any further than that, but this will do. So we're going to want to replace this Tunnelers Guild with, well, we want to get archer boosts, right? So that's going to be like outposts, forest forts, and militia camps. So we can replace these with one of them, and we can replace that like that. Actually, no, we don't want to do that. Hang on. These boost archers as well. So we would need to replace, like, the shipyards with a militia camp. And then the honey pastures, we would need to replace with either a forest fort or an outpost. We need to decide. So the outposts would give us 27 and 50, and the forest forts would give us 27, and that's it. So it would end up being the outposts that we'd want to put in there. Okay, so that's noted. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to start going for possible expansion. But what we need to be concerned about right now is definitely some internal turmoil. We've been dealing with a little bit of that. It's not surprising, but it will take a little bit of time. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, Spock, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.